What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be taking a look at Baby Audio's latest plugin, Super VHS. It's a really cool multi-effects unit that you can use to create lo-fi sounds and enhance your tracks. Baby Audio has been kind enough to provide me with a copy of the plugin, and I've been having a lot of fun using it. So let's head over to the computer and check out Super VHS. Alright, so here we are in Logic. I have a short 80s inspired synth piece that I put together that we're going to use to test out Super VHS. So Super VHS is essentially a tape emulator on steroids. It's a multi-effects plugin that you can use to give your tracks a variety of different lo-fi sounds and characteristics. It's a fairly easy plugin to use. It doesn't come with presets, but within 5 minutes of playing around with the 3 main settings, I was already finding sounds that I really liked. Let's take a look at the controls. You have heat, which is your saturation distortion section of the plugin. If you keep the knob low, you can get pleasing saturation effects, or you can crank it up for some distortion. Wash is essentially a reverb, almost like a small reverb. It's going to give your tracks a little bit of ambience, kind of like a roomy sound. And then you have drift. If you've ever listened to a cassette on a dying cassette machine, the motors speeding up and slowing down can give your track a kind of pleasing like pitch warble. And that's what drift does. It emulates it quite well. You have your basic mix and output settings. Next you have static, which controls how much tape noise, emulated hiss you want in your tracks if you want to give them that character. And then you also have shape, which is a sample rate reducer. Finally, you have probably my favorite setting, the magic button. Turning on the magic button will give your tracks a huge stereo chorus sound. That sounds amazing. All right, let's see how this thing sounds on our electric piano. First thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of saturation and a little bit of ambience. Next, we're going to turn on the drift. Man, I really like how the drift sounds. It's a really pleasing modulation effect. And finally, for our electric piano, we're going to turn on the magic button. I love how that sounds. I think the magic button brings such a nice dimension to the electric piano. All right, let's get Super VHS on our drums. On drums, I really like turning up the heat knob and getting some of that distortion. Also, I really like how the bit crusher sounds on drums. It gives them a nice kind of punchy, grimy sound. We're going to do the same thing for our hi-hats. Ooh. I really like bit crushed hi-hats. And Super VHS is doing a great job of giving my hi-hats that kind of ticky and crunchy sound that I like. There we go. Get a little more high end in there. All right, let's hear it on our bass. I'm going to saturate the bass a little. And you know what, with the bass, I think I'm just going to use the heat knob. The fact that each section of this plugin sounds so good by itself means that there are a bunch of different uses for Super VHS outside of just trying to make stuff sound lo-fi. Each one of these sections of the plugin can absolutely hold its own. All right, let's see how it sounds on the synth pad. Ooh, I'm really liking how drift is sounding on our synth. Normally, to get a sound like that out of a synth pad, I have to use a combination of different reverb, and chorus, and delay plugins. But with Super VHS, I can get the sound I'm looking for just by turning a few knobs. Super awesome. Let's hear it on the DX7. So right now the DX7 sounds a little thin. Let's see if we can make it sound a little bigger. I like saturating it a little bit and adding some of that drift. I think I'm going to leave the magic button off though, so I can keep it as more of a mono element in the mix. Alright, let's see what Super VHS can do to the vocal sample.
That's too much to ask. 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 That's too much to ask.
I really like how that bit crusher sounds on the vocals. Along with the drift and some of the ambient reverb and saturation, we've taken this vocal sample and kind of mangled it and made it sound like more of a textural element. Definitely liking that. Let's see how it sounds in this other bass synthesizer. I'm really digging that. It almost sounds like a messed up cello. Alright, very cool. Alright, now we have Super VHS on all of our tracks, but just to see what this plugin can really do, let's go ahead and put it on the entire mix. Man, that sounds really awesome. I also like that the ambience from the wash reverb sounds kind of mono, so it's accenting the drums. Alright, now that we have the plugin on all the tracks, let's hear the original version without Super VHS. Wow, I really like the kind of dark and lo-fi vibe that Super VHS brought to this track. Whether you're looking to give your entire mix a gritty lo-fi sound, or if you just want to go and put it on individual elements of your track to spice them up a little bit, Super VHS is a killer plugin. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to pick up Super VHS by Baby Audio, the link will be in the description. And until next time, peace.